Peace be with you. Dear friends, welcome to Living Flame Podcast website and Facebook group. Gospel Reflections for Tuesday of the 22nd week in the Ordinary Time. Gospel according to Luke chapter 4 verses 31 to 37. Jesus comes back to Capernaum, a town in Galilee. He taught them on the Sabbath. That was his usual way of life. Jesus was fully involved in teaching people, inspiring them, and teaching in a very special way, not as the scribes were doing or the Pharisees were doing. Jesus' teaching was practical, filled with examples and comparisons and parables, stories, and most probably people were crowding around him. And when he came to Capernaum, people were astonished at his teaching because he spoke with authority. Now, dear friends, what is authority? Authority is a special gift from God. All authority has been given to Christ. And now Christ gives that authority to all of us who believe in him. And that's why Jesus gave the authority to the apostles, to his disciples, to go and preach, to heal the sick, to raise the dead, and to lay their hands and pray over them and cast out the demons. That was the authority Jesus gave to the apostles and disciples. And the same authority we all receive in baptism. And now when Jesus was in the synagogue, as people were astonished at his teaching, there he finds a man with the spirit of an unclean demon. And that man cries out in a loud voice. What does he say? Ha! What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God. So what we understand, even the devil or the demon has to confess that Jesus is the Holy One of God. We have to correct ourselves, dear friends. By the very fact we profess our faith does not mean that we will enter into heaven. Because even the devil professes. The devil also says, I know who you are, the Holy One of God. Now, what is essential in our life? After confessing that Jesus is the Lord, we have to follow his commandments. That's why Jesus very clearly said to the followers, to his listeners, if you love me, you must keep my commandments. Love one another as I have loved you. It is not just believing in Jesus, but doing what Jesus did. So that is a hard part of the gospel. Jesus rebuked the demon and said, be quiet, come out of him. Then the demon threw the man down in front of them and came out of him without doing him any harm. So that is the power of Jesus. Jesus is able to quiet the demon and order him to come out of him. Now, Jesus was capable to calm the storm. He said to the raging winds and the waves, be quiet. When the disciples were agitated or afraid in the sea, when there was a storm, Jesus was asleep. They woke him up. Jesus said, be quiet. And there was calm. Now here Jesus says, be quiet, come out of him, the demon comes out of him. And looking at this, all the people were amazed and said to one another, "What is there about his word? For with authority and power he commands the unclean spirits, and they come out." That is the power of Christ, and we all of us can have that power, provided we believe in the power of Jesus. Therefore, dear friends, today as we meditate on this gospel passage, let us ask the Lord to bless us with this grace, that we may be as powerful as He is through the baptismal grace we have received, that we are capable of casting out evil from ourselves and from others, and mainly through prayer and our little sacrifices. Let us ask the Lord for this grace during this day. God bless you.